about 10 feet from the basket, a little floater right over Indiana's big man. And we got a one-possession ball game here, 61-58 with just over a minute and 20 seconds left in this game clock here. Closing the game, Don, you said it. Indiana has to be great closing the game here, executing down the stretch. They're going to have to do it against some big-time pressure here the last minute or so.
There's no doubt. Obviously, the two teams right now, this is a dogfight at this point in the ball game. Indiana has had as much as a 9-point lead in this contest a couple of times now. But especially here in the second half, because Indiana did lead at halftime 32-29. But right now, Indiana's going to have the basketball. Free throws are going to be critical. Indiana's got, with the exception of Malik, I think they've got really good free throw shooters in there. And Luke Goody will inbound. Goody looks and fakes the pass. Now lobs it in. It comes to Miles Rice. He's going to streak up the floor, then drives inside, throws up a shot, won't go. Rebound Malik or Mackenzie Mbako, but he is fouled.
I don't know why Miles Rice would take that shot. It's just, I'll use the word maddening. I mean, you got to just break the press there, run clock, Don, and then get to the free throw line if Michigan State fouls you. If you don't, that's fine work, a ton of clock there. Indiana's so lucky there that Mackenzie Mbako came up with that offensive rebound.
Mbako has just 4 points in the game, a field goal in each half, and he just missed the front end of 2. Those are the ones you got to make here, not whether it's not a 1-and-1 scenario anyway. But this crowd is going nuts right now. And now we'll see what's going on. Mbako will go to the line. This crowd is just bananas right now. And he buries the second one. So McKenzie gets the second one to fall. He's got 5. The lead is now 4. 62-58. A minute 14 to go. Fiddler will inbound. Indiana puts a little pressure on it, but it'll be Holloman who brings it up, gets it across the timeline. Holloman, outside pass comes to Akins on the left perimeter. Back out to Holloman. Holloman on the dribble. Throws it inside. It goes to Fiddler. Fiddler fakes, bounces outside to Richardson. Jace Richardson threw it away. Luke Goody comes up with a deflection and the steal. And Goody with the basketball, and they foul him. He get it to Baldo. They get it now to Rice, and he gets, no call. Rice on the far side. Finally, they do make the foul. Frankie Fiddler is going to be called for it.
I think it was Luke Goody that got the deflection for Indiana defensively, and what a terrible time for a turnover if you're Michigan State. And for Indiana, you get the stop that you need. Get it to one of your better free throw shooters, Miles Rice, and he draws the foul here. Indiana can take a 6-point lead here if he knocks down these 2 free throws.
My stat monitor is not working right. You're going to have to tell me what the turnover status is, but here's Rice at the free throw line. He puts it up there and missed it short. Rebound taken by Holloman. Back they come. Holloman with the basketball. Slides outside, threw it away, picked up by Kohler. Then they throw it back outside. Here's a 3 by Holloman. He missed it. Put back up and in by Akins. And Jaden Akins gets his 14th point. Another timeout call with 32.7 seconds to go, and now it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, another offensive rebound against this 2-3 zone for Michigan State here, and they're starting to dominate the offensive boards here. They've got 35 total rebounds compared to Indiana's 29, and that's the trouble with playing a 2-3 zone, is if the other team attacks the offensive glass aggressively, you don't have those blockouts established. And Michigan State, although they've shot the ball horribly here tonight, they have done some nice things rebounding the basketball against this 2-3 zone, and they cut this lead down to 2 here. Just about 2 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock here. So I would expect Michigan State to try to extend this ball game. If you don't get a steal initially on the inbounds, they're going to foul right away and put Indiana at the free throw line.
Well, we shall see what we shall see. 62-60, Indiana trying to end a 5-game losing streak, having lost 7 of their last 8, and put an end to this dismal and demoralizing stretch of basketball here in the Big Ten for this Indiana basketball team. And right now, it's 62-60. Indiana by a pair with 32.7 seconds to go, and Indiana will have the basketball.
You got to be looking for your point guards here, Don. And Miles Rice has got to be extremely aggressive, hunting the basketball here. He's a good free throw shooter. He's the quickest guy in Indiana's team. If you can't get it to Rice, then you look for Mbako because he's a good free throw shooter. Michigan State's going to foul here. They're going to be pretty aggressive. I would be shocked if they let much more than 5 seconds go off the game clock here. It's going to be Luke Goody passing the basketball inbounds.
So the inbound will come from Goody. Full court pressure applied by Michigan State. And the inbound comes to Anthony Leal. Knocked away. Picked up, however, by Miles Rice. And he gets fouled immediately by Frankie Fiedler. And that'll be Fiedler's. I said Fiedler. I said it's Fiedler. And he gets his third foul.
Yeah, almost a steal there for Michigan State. So Indiana barely got the ball in bounds. But just like we thought, once Rice got it, Michigan State fouled right away. And that's a 10th team foul here for Michigan State. So finally, Indiana's in the double bonus here. You get 2 free throws here for one of your better free throw shooters.
Miles Rice at the line with 8 points. And Rice fires it up there and knocks it down. He's got 9. So Miles comes up with a big free toss there to give Indiana a 3-point lead with 30.4 seconds to go. Now, Galloway back in the game along with Leal on the free throw line. Luke Goody and Umar Ballo's back in the game, too, for Indiana defensively. And there's the free throw good by Rice, his 10th point. And Indiana with a 4-point lead. Inside 30 seconds. Holloman with the ball. Gets it to Fiedler. He drives inside. And a whistle blows. And what do we got? A foul call, a blocking foul. And that'll be it for Ballo. He just fouled out.
Yeah, Fiedler just took it right at the big man. And that's where the Spartans have really struggled is what do you do once you catch the ball about 10 feet from the basket and Ballo's underneath the rim protecting it? Well, Fiedler didn't mess with any jump shot there. He went right into the chest of the big man. And Umar cannot believe that the foul was called on him. You usually don't see him disagree like that, but good move by Fiedler to get to the free throw line.
Yep. So Fiedler will go to the free throw line. He's an 89% shooter on the season. What happened there? Tom Izzo's upset now.
I don't know what's going on for sure. I think Tom Izzo is upset that Indiana took so much time as Ballo fouled out. They were huddling there and almost getting kind of like an extra timeout, and it didn't look like Tom Izzo liked that very much.
He's still belly aching to Brian Dorsey about it.
That's the first time I've seen him really animated here in this ball game.
Yep. So at the free throw line is Fiedler. 8 points for him tonight. He hit 2 free throws early in the second half. And this one's on its way and good. That's 9 points now for Fiedler.
Yeah, same story here. Make or miss. Michigan State's going to be in a press, so you got to be ready for it.
64-61 Indiana. Fiedler tries to make it a 2-point game and does. 10 points for Fiedler. Indiana with the inbound will be Goody. Goody now looks, having some problems, and finally gets it in to Malik Renew, and he gets tripped and fouled by Fiedler. So Fiedler picks up his 4th foul of the ball game.
And some pressure-packed free throws here for Renew, who has had a spectacular second half, Don. I mean, he has been
18 points.
Indiana's offense here in the second half. Now he's got an opportunity to make this a 2-possession lead here if he can knock down these 2 free throws.
He's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 15 second-half points. And he's trying to make this a 4-point lead for Indiana if he can make them both. Malik, 73% of the season. Crowd is roaring. Kimball gives him the basketball. Malik, deep breath. 2 bounces. Eyes it, flies it, and hits it. And Malik Renew, his 19th point of the contest. And Indiana takes a 3-point advantage. Can they make it 4? 22.6 seconds to go in this one. A little movement by Michigan State. Fiedler switches sides with Kohler at the on the free throw line. Malik eyes the second one. On its way. Missed it. Rebound taken by Holloman. A 3 ties this thing. Up the floor, Holloman. Right side to Fiedler. Drives in. He gets fouled. And Anthony Leal fouls him immediately. And that's his 4th foul.
I hope that wasn't intentional. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see much at all there, but Fiddler's going to the free throw line here again, and that's the 10th team foul for Indiana. So not a great foul for Indiana defensively. I mean, you at least maybe they're fouling intentionally here so the game can't get tied. I mean, some coaches do that. I just thought, Michigan State has struggled shooting the three all night long, and now you're giving them 2 free points here.
Fiddler goes to the line. He has hit 4 for 4 in this ball game, and now 5 of 5. That's his 11th point. He'll have one more with 14.7 seconds to go. If he makes this one, it's a 1-point game. Fiddler. He takes his time, spins the ball, tosses it at the free throw at the goal, and knocks it in. He's got his 12th point of the game, and Indiana's lead down to 1. 65-64. 14.7 seconds left in this one. Inbound to Mackenzie Mbako, and he is fouled immediately. And the foul call goes against Jeremy Fears. And that will be his second of the ball game. Fears has been no factor offensively in this contest tonight, at least from a scoring perspective. And he's their key point guard, but he has not taken many shots in this ball game. And they haven't been able to penetrate that zone hardly at all. So now Mbako at the free throw line. 5 points for him. And 2 shots, and the first one is good. And that's 6 points now for McKenzie. And he'll have one more. So it is a 2-point contest, 66-64, 13.3 seconds to go. Mbako with a big, deep breath. One dribble, shoots, hits. And Mackenzie Mbako has got his 7th point of the ball game. And now, substitutions were being made. I think we're going to have another timeout here. And right now, it's Michigan State needing a 3 to tie this thing with 13.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, I expect Indiana to foul again. I was surprised they did it last possession. But I think that's the strategy here moving forward. Indiana will foul and put Michigan State to the free throw line rather than give the Spartans a chance to tie the ball game with the 3. So if you're Michigan State, you got to make sure you got your best free throw shooters in the ball game, because I wouldn't doubt here that there's going to be a bunch more free throws here shot by both these teams in the next 13 seconds of this ball game. Once Michigan State gets past half court, expect Indiana to foul here.
Well, Mbako apparently has just 5 points in this ball game. I don't know how I messed that up. Apparently I did. We'll have to wait and see. But it doesn't matter right now. The score is 67-64. Indiana leading by 3 over Michigan State. Spartans will have the basketball. We've got a brand new face in the ball game. Kurt Tang is in for the first time tonight, a true freshman. He gets it into Holloman. And they're bringing it up. They need a 3 here, and a whistle blows. And we got a foul called against Indiana. That was on Trey Galloway. So Indiana takes a little time off the clock. 9.7 seconds now. Galloway with the foul, his first. And now going to the line is Holloman. And again, Holloman, a great free throw shooter for this Michigan State ball club with 94% of the season. The first one is good. Holloman now with 7. He looks for his 8th point of the ball game. Holloman. They're about to send in Cohen Carr once again. Once the second free throw is taken, if made. And it is good. And Holloman now.
Trading free throws right now, both these teams.
Yep.
Credit to both of them. They're making their free throws down the stretch here.
Back to 1-point ball game, 67-66. Leo will inbound. Anthony looks and trying to lob it into McKenzie. He stepped out of bounds. Was there a foul call? Yep, they've called a foul. And this crowd going crazy. But he did get shoved.
Yeah, he got shoved there. That's why he went out of bounds. So it's a good call by the official there. McKenzie, who just knocked down 2, has a chance for Indiana to extend this lead out to 3 again. The crowd doesn't like it, but I think it's the right call.
Crowd doesn't like it. Tom Izzo's not complaining, so I think he saw it too. And Mbako at the free throw line. 5 points for him. Now 6.
Yeah, Baco's got the rhythm right now. We saw that rhythm a year ago when he was a freshman. Once he gets in the rhythm shooting free throws, he feels pretty good about it.
9.4 seconds left. Michigan State will need a 3 if Mackenzie Baco gets the shot to fall. Got the ref you sucks chant going by the Spartan crowd. Second shot by Mackenzie, good. And Mackenzie Baco now with 7 points. And Trey Galloway checks in for him. Indiana puts a little pressure on here with 9.4 seconds to go. A 3-point ball game. And what Indiana's been doing here has been fouling to make sure they don't get off a 3.
Yeah, they're going to do it again. Holloman's going to be the guy that gets the ball. He's a 90% free throw shooter.
Yep, Holloman brings it up, gets it to half court. Now they foul it. And now we're down to 5.8 seconds to go.
A lot of free throws here down the stretch.
Yes,
Indiana's made theirs, especially here in this second half. And it's going to be some pressure on Holloman here. A really good free throw shooter, but this starts to eat away at you. Indiana has fouled intentionally here, making Michigan State make their free throws just to keep it close.
Tom Izzo's going to make a couple of changes here when the free throws are shot. Holloman throws up the first one good. Trey Holloman continues. He's got 9 points now. And 5 of those have come at the free throw line tonight. One more shot coming to him to make it once again a 1-point game. Second shot is up there. He missed it on purpose, it looked like. And Leo comes up with the rebound, and he is fouled. And now Anthony Leal will go to the free throw line.
And I'm surprised they missed that one on purpose there. There's more than enough time for them to set up their press after the made free throw there. But Coach Izzo decided to do it now, and Holloman just threw that up there, and it didn't look like Michigan State was ready to rebound the basketball either, though. So Indiana's Anthony Leal has a chance if he knocks down these 2 free throws to win the ball game here for the Hoosiers.
And he hasn't scored a point in the contest tonight. He's only hit 59% of his free throws this year. Anthony fires it up there and got it to roll in. He's got his first point of the ball game. And when the game's been on the line this year and somebody needed to make a play, who's made most of it?
Yeah, he's a guy that's got experience. He's worked hard over his career. He does things the right way. And, when you prepare like that, people say sometimes you're lucky, but, luck oftentimes comes with preparation. And Anthony's been a guy that has worked his tail off over the years.
70-67. Indiana leads by 3 with 4.7 seconds left. If he makes it, Indiana doesn't have to do anything. Because they're going to need a 4-point play, and all they got to do is stand there. Leo eyes it, flies it, and hits it! Anthony Leal's second point of the ball game. Indiana leads by, what am I doing here, 70-68? Is that right?
No, 71-67. I think they put it wrong on the scoreboard.
They did. Here up the floor, Holloman fires up a 3, missed it, ball game. Indiana wins. Final score, Indiana 71-67. They had the scoreboard wrong here at the end. I'm looking at it, I'm going, what happened there? Because it was going to be a 4-point lead. All of a sudden, it was a 2-point ball game on the scoreboard. But Indiana wins it tonight and breaks a 5-game losing skid. The Hoosiers have to be relieved like you cannot believe. 71-67 is our final count here tonight as Indiana picks up their fifth.
News on the Gaels by checking out smcgaels.com. Get up-to-date scores, video highlights, and stories about the Gaels all in one place. Looking for more? Find the Gaels on Facebook, Instagram, and X for even more insights. 7-5, St. Mary's over Santa Clara early in this one. Brian Brownfield with you, 15-12 left to go in the first. St. Mary's has been dominant here at home over the last 3+ seasons in West Coast Conference play. The Gaels are 27-1 inside University Credit Union Pavilion during that stretch, with the one loss coming to Gonzaga last season. The last time somebody beat St. Mary's in West Coast Conference play here in Moraga that wasn't named Gonzaga, it was BYU all the way back on January 14th, 2021. And just a couple of days before that, Santa Clara took down St. Mary's here in this building. That was on January 9th, 2021. St. Mary's started West Coast Conference play 0-3 that season. Of course, the COVID-altered year, that messed with a lot of the numbers and historical facts. And that 20-win streak that St. Mary's had been on, you have to throw in the non-COVID year note as Paulius Morauskas misses the first free throw in a 7-5 game. Morauskas, a 75.6% free throw shooter on the season. The Gaels as a team just 68%. We've been saying it all season long, but those numbers have been struggling as of late as Morauskas hits the second and puts the Gaels up by 3, 8-5. Brenton Napper with it. He's into the game wearing number 0 on for the first time. So too is number 44, Jake Ensinger. Mahi to O'Neal, and now on the handoff to Napper. Napper pump fakes, looking left, and finds Buki Oboye, who's on as well. So a line shift of sorts as Napper goes up with the right hand at the glass and finishes right over Mitchell Saxon. It's 8-7. St. Mary's holding tight to the lead. 14:40 to go here in the first. St. Mary's still with its starters on the floor. Marshallonis with it. High screen set by Saxon. Takes it to the left. Slings it to Jordan Ross. Pump fakes to his right. Both feet firmly on the hardwood. Now finds Marshallonis. Fires down low for an open Saxon, who was going up for a dunk. But Oboye got in there and fouled him. Again, the only thing they could do to prevent a highlight. But if you're Herb Sendek's squad, is that really the worst thing in the world? That's a guaranteed 2 for Saxon. And now you're putting a 51.5% free throw shooter at the line. So maybe it's going to be 1 or 0 for St. Mary's. And if you're Herb Sendek, you probably don't mind that one little bit as Saxon misses the first free throw. And again, it's just a story. It's something that's been going on for St. Mary's all season long, but in particular, as of late, the Gaels have been bit hard there at the free throw line. Just 5 of 9 against Oregon State. In the loss to USF, they were just about 500, 9 of 16. And against Gonzaga, 11 of 22. Saxon made that one, so it's 9-7. The Gaels 2 of 4 at the line. We'll, of course, keep track of that all night long. O'Neal found a crease around Morauskas. He lays it in for a basket. And Randy Bennett doesn't like what he sees. He's going to the bench, which for him is early, 6 minutes into the game. Quick give and go to Marshallonis. High screen set by Saxon. Takes it to the left on the roll. Went Saxon. Marshallonis was blocked by O'Neal. They didn't call a foul. Here comes Mahi the other way. Went up around Ross. Good defense by the sophomore as that shot rimmed out. And Morauskas got back in time for the rebound. Tie game at 9, 13:43 to go here in the first. Wessel's waiting to check on as Morauskas fades away. Baseline mid-range shot. In and out as it hopped out. And Napper has the rebound for Santa Clara. 9-9. Napper hurls it over his shoulder for O'Neal. Has Barrett guarding from the left wing. Now it's Ensminger. Ensminger trying to fake out Marshallonis. Now down low for Oboye. Almost stripped by Marshallonis. And now off the hands of Ensminger. And here comes a 2-on-1. Marshallonis to Ross. Ross on the left side. Up with the left hand. He finished. Fights off contact from Ensminger and makes it an 11-9 St. Mary's lead. Mahi wanted to answer with a quick one down low for O'Neal, but he didn't hit it. Now it's O'Neal at the top of the arc with Oboye in front, found space on the screen and drains the triple. And the Broncos have the lead once again. It's 12-11. They've knocked down a couple of shots from distance early on in this one. They're 2 of 3 from range. Barrett now for Ross. Ross at the top of the arc. Has Mahi guarding, finds Marshallonis at the right wing. He retreats, gets a screen set by Saxon. Ross drops the pass from Marshallonis, but recovers. He has a screen. He's at the top of the key. Shot clock to 5. Diagonal pass to the corner for Barrett. Barrett to the free throw line. Awkwardly turned back towards the glass and lifted it up with the right hand and got it to somehow go. St. Mary's leads 13-12 off of that high degree of difficulty shot from Luke Barrett, and now an offensive foul on Santa Clara. It's on Buki Oboye, the redshirt freshman from Houston, and now a line change of sorts. Both teams going to the bench as Stewart and Tung come back on for Santa Clara. And St. Mary's will bring on Harry Wessels. Wessels is replacing Paulius Morauskas. Now remember, we saw this look from St. Mary's a lot in the game against Oregon State with Morauskas injured. And then we saw it late at times against San Francisco. The Gaels have been going twin towers with Saxon and Wessels both on the floor. Marshallonis to Luke Barrett. Broncos are zoning. Mitchell Saxon able to recover that pass in the far side corner. He's trying to dribble up the baseline on O'Neal. He's double teamed. He's stripped of the ball. It goes out on the baseline. It will stay with the Gaels with 11:51 to go in the first. The Broncos don't like the call, and we'll see if they take a look at it at the monitor during this officials' timeout. We expected a good one. It's been a good one early on here tonight. It's St. Mary's 13 and Santa Clara 12 with 11:51 to go in the first. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball from Learfield.
Walnut Creek offers Gaels fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
Hey, don't forget you can listen to St. Mary's basketball on TuneIn Radio all season long and right here on the Varsity Network. Our next broadcast, that's going to be on Saturday night as St. Mary's welcomes in Washington State for the first time as members of the West Coast Conference. Of course, the Gaels went up to Pullman earlier in January, but a mid-February bout on ESPNU. 7 o'clock, the pregame show here on the Varsity Network will begin at 6:45. And don't forget, I'll be live 15 minutes after the game as well for the postgame show. So even if you're here inside UCU Pavilion, you can catch me. And our guests will, of course, have Associate Head Coach Mickey McConnell and our Common Interest Management Player of the Game. All of that right here on the Gaels Radio Network. St. Mary's leading at 13-12, 11:51 to play. And they'll have possession with 7 to shoot on the clock. Marshallonis looking to inbound. It's been a sluggish start for St. Mary's offensively at 5 of 12. Marshallonis retreating now with 3 to go. Pulls up from the key, bounces right. Saxon, hard-fought rebound. Got the tip in to go, but they call an offensive foul on the Gaels' big man. They say he launched himself over the backside of the man he was fighting with. Randy Bennett talking with Darren White. He doesn't agree with the call one bit. Didn't get a good look of a replay here at the table. One that the Gaels fans certainly won't like, and the game clock is rolling. I was going to say it was not rolling there for a second, but it is now. And so St. Mary's playing defense with Emsinger. Up top for Napper. Napper has Ross guarding. Bounce pass to Tongue. The handoff back to Napper. Drives right through the key. In and out of the hands of Tongue as he was trying to penetrate on Harry Wessels. And that's a Santa Clara turnover. 4th turnover already tonight for Santa Clara. The Gaels have not turned it over once tonight. So that is of note. St. Mary's, one of the best teams in the NCAA at keeping care of the basketball. Just 9.8 turnovers per game. Marshallonis bounce pass for Wessels on the pick and roll, and Wessels was fouled. That's going to be the 5th Santa Clara foul, and it goes to Carlos Stewart Jr., the LSU transfer. Fouls 5-1 in favor of St. Mary's with just 1. So they're only 2 away from the bonus as Marshallonis will inbound with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. 11:14 on the game clock in a 13-12 game. And they're actually going to say, no, not an inbounds. Wessels was fouled in the act of shooting, so Harry Wessels will go to the free throw line here. Wessels, of course, made a couple of huge free throws late in the game against Gonzaga and knocks down the first one here. He is the best free throw shooter on this Gaels team. He's at 85% this season. And since the Utah game, he's now 19 of his last 20. And he's good on both. Get the big man to the line. 15-12, St. Mary's leading by 3. 11-11 to go in the first Make-A-Wish. It's Stewart for Tongue. Tongue wants Stewart to come back to him, and he does. Stewart shoves one to his left for Tyree Bryan. Now Ensminger. Baseline. It's someone I can't see. Now it's Tongue. Back to Bryan. It was Bryan over there in the corner. Now as Wessels guarding in the paint. Shot clock down to 3. He had to have traveled. They say he doesn't. Ensminger sends up a prayer. It was short and a shot clock violation. I have no idea how that was not called a travel, but it will result in a Santa Clara turnover regardless. But that was crazy that they didn't call it on Bryan, who was stumbling in the paint with Harry Wessels intimidating him right in front. Every St. Mary's player that's touched the floor so far tonight has scored, fun fact, with 10:35 to go in a 15-12 Gaels lead. It's Marshallonis with it. Marshallonis to Barrett, far side corner. Hurls one over his shoulder for Wessels. Wessels at the low block, up with the right hand, misses off to the left, and Tyree Bryan grabs the rebound. Santa Clara in transition with Mahi. Has Barrett in front, now O'Neal around the screen. Up top for 3, a little bit short, and a Santa Clara foul, an aggressive one on Cameron Tongue, who bowled into Harry Wessels, who had his back turned towards the Medfield, Massachusetts native, and a hard collision on the floor. Wessels is okay. And Buki Aboye will check back on for the Broncos as Tongue has 2 fouls. So Saxon inbounds. That's now 6 fouls for Santa Clara and just 1 for St. Mary, similar to how that Gonzaga game started 10 days ago. It was 7-0 fouls early before it was 8-7 in the blink of an eye. Ross stumbles, loses the basketball. It's kicked around, and Wessels picks it up on the far side of the baseline to avoid what would have been the first St. Mary's turnover tonight. Shot clock to 10. Marshallonis at the left wing, looking to get it down low for Wessels, does so. Back out for Saxon, who tries to dribble drive. Saxon's shot rolls off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound for Sax, and the putback, and the foul. Herb Sendek not happy about that one. But the foul on Elijah Mahi will send Saxon to the line, and the and 1. It was on Mahi. 7 fouls now on the Broncos. It's the first foul on Mahi. And what a job by Mitchell Saxon to stay with that one. You don't normally see him diagonal drive in, trail, get his own shot as he makes the free throw, and makes it an 18-12 game. Don't look now, St. Mary's on a 7-0 run, and the Broncos scoreless drought of over 320. Stewart fouled by Ross as Stewart was trying to drive. Not in the act of shooting, so no free throws here, but just watch as the free throw discrepancy starts to climb a little bit. And watch St. Mary's start to pick up a few here in the next couple of possessions. Ashton Hardaway checks onto the floor. He gives Mitchell Saxon a breather, so that will move Wessels to the 5. Hardaway comes on to the 4. Stewart to inbound, lobs it in for Aboye, who has Wessels all the way out there, hands it off to O'Neal. O'Neal looking for the pick and roll. It wasn't there. Now Stewart fires one from Mahi. Mahi on the drive, out to Aboye. He goes for a 3. Right side miss. Ross almost lost the rebound, juggled it in his mitts, but recovers and takes it the other way for St. Mary's. Ross with a couple of rebounds early, the 4th leading rebounder on St. Mary's this season. You wouldn't expect it from one of the Gaels guards. It's Hardaway on the near side of the floor. Hardaway down low for Wessels. Wessels right back to Hardaway, who's trapped on the baseline. Out to 10 now to shoot. It's Ross top of the arc. Screen set by Barrett. Moves to his right as Stewart guarding. Right elbow drive. Fades away. Mid-ranger short. And a rebound for Tyree Bryan. Bryan going the other way. 8:46 to go in the first. 18-12 St. Mary's leading it. Bryan top of the arc. Looks left for Mahi. Mahi on the Kevin Nagel court logo. Still there, Wessels now on a switch. It's the drive by O'Neal, rejected by Wessels. Give me an Ozzy for that one. Harry Wessels with his 18th block this season, second most on the team. 13 to shoot, 8:33 on the game clock, and St. Mary's Well, when they go two bigs out there like that, don't be surprised when they get a couple of rejections. And Wessel says, you're not advancing on me, big man. Mahi with it, 6 to shoot. Mahi's going to go for 3 with Luke Barrett in front. That was short. Aboye's putback jam didn't go. And Lewis has possession of the basketball. He fights off some contact, trapped by the scores table. Now it's Wessels who fakes a right wing 3. Oh my goodness, this place would have erupted, but now Wessels went for a jam, and he was fouled in the process. That's a foul on Buki Aboye, and that's already his 3rd foul. So remember, with no Christoph Tilley, you're thin at the center position tonight. And one of your centers now has 3 fouls in the first half. So the Broncos are going to have to figure that one out as Wessels goes back to the free throw line. And I tell you what, say what you want about the way Harry Wessels might play, but he has been full of energy here tonight as the Broncos bring on 3. Tung, Napper, and Ensminger all onto the floor. And we'll see who draws the assignment down low. No one bigger than 6'9" on the floor right now for the Broncos, and Wessels is 7'1". And Wessels is 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Go figure. 20-12 Gaels as we approach 8 minutes to go here in the first. It's a 9-0 St. Mary's run. Napper spins around his man. Wessels was right there to alter the shot, and then he lost the basketball. Mahi got it, and Wessels fouled. Wessels not happy with himself after that one. It'll likely bring Mitchell Saxon back into the game, but a timeout on the floor with 7:58 to go. And it's been all St. Mary's over the last 5 minutes of play to get the lead up to 8. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball from Learfield.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
No better atmosphere than University Credit Union Pavilion with a group. And of course, being here with a group is a great way to spend a night. Discounted tickets, prepaid food vouchers, and more make a Gaels basketball outing the thing to do. For more information, go to smcgaels.com or contact the group sales department at 925-631-4265. 20-12, St. Mary's leading it here inside UCU Pavilion. Brian Brownfield with you, 7:58 to go in the first half, and a 9-0 run for the Gaels spanning 5 minutes on the clock. Something about when St. Mary's and Santa Clara meet, there's always a game in the rivalry where St. Mary's just obliterates the Broncos. That was the case at the Levy Center a couple of weeks ago in January when St. Mary's had a 30-0 run over 13 minutes, the longest scoreless drought in the NCAA this season. And St. Mary's held Santa Clara, one of the best offenses in not just the WCC, but really in the NCAA, to its season low in field goal percentage and in rebounding margin. The Gaels won the rebounding battle in that game by 14. Santa Clara's offense has picked up the pace in the last 3 games since that loss, but tonight, things not trending in the right direction early, just 5 made shots for Santa Clara. And the Broncos trying to find something with Buki Aboye in big foul trouble early. He's got 3 fouls, replacing Christoph Tilley. Ensminger with it off the timeout. Bounces it down low for Mahi. The Gaels double teaming with Hardaway and Barrett. Mahi trying to fight around him with the left hand. Finds Cameron Tongue. Tongue slithers around Mitchell Saxon and lays it in from the right side. Got right between Saxon and Hardaway. Found some space and ends the run. It's 20-14 with 7.5 to play. Luke Barrett with it, top of the arc. Barrett has a screen set by Saxon. Barrett now lobs it up, a floater on the run by Luke Barrett. And it went swish. It's 22-14. Luke Barrett with 4 points tonight. Wide open right wing three for Mahi. It rimmed in and out, and Marshallonis has the rebound. After a 2-for-3 start from distance, the Broncos have now missed their last 5 shots from beyond the arc. Marshallonis for Mikey Lewis. Quick trigger right wing three. Rolls out short. Mahi fights off Barrett for the rebound. Here comes Stewart Jr. for Santa Clara in transition. Gets around Marshallonis. Still with him, though, as he tries to break his ankles on the drive. Doesn't do so. He's got it again off the screen from Tongue. Fakes right, looks left, has Mahi. Mahi by the first row of seats. Now it's Tongue. Tongue on the handoff for Mahi. Top of the key, shot clock to 7. Double-teamed Hardaway was there. Ensminger wide open, top of the arc three from way downtown, close to Lafayette. And he drains it, and it's 22-17. 3 3-pointers tonight. The Gaels have made just 1 on the other side. It's Saxon with it. Back turned at the left elbow. Now Barrett on the drive. Out to Mikey Lewis. Near side open look for 3. And Mikey Lewis drains it. Now Mikey Lewis gets involved in the scoring. And St. Mary's counters with a 3 of its own. 25-17. Tongue wants an answer, and Tongue responds. Now 4 3-pointers tonight for Santa Clara, and it's 25-20. Marshallonis stumbles as he crosses the timeline. Didn't have anybody on him, though. Now Luke Barrett at the top of the arc looking for Saxon down low. Saxon had some space, fights off a man, gave a shoulder to Tongue, knocked him down, laid it up and in with the left hand, and it's 27-20. St. Mary's leading by 7. 5:35 to go in the first half. Tongue at the top of the arc looking for his right side, and has Mahi. Mahi there, fights off Luke Barrett for Ensminger. Handed his face from Hardaway, knocks down the triple anyways. And now the Broncos offense has made 3 in a row from beyond the arc. It's 27-23, and some groans from the fans here inside UCU Pavilion as the Broncos offense starts to heat up. It's Marshallonis, shoves one that was deflected and turned over into the possession of Mahi. Marauskis waiting to check on for the Gaels. It's Barrett trying to fight off the drive of Mahi. No shot. Bill Vinovich calls a foul. He gets Luke Barrett on the foul with 4:59 to go. And on Luke Barrett, that is his first foul of the night, 4th on St. Mary's. As Hardaway's off and Paulos Marauskis comes back onto the floor. Played 8 minutes, the first 8. Has not been on the floor since. They're being cautious with his minutes after he rolled his ankle against Oregon State, but of course he's back on there and in the starting lineup, does not miss a start. Gaels lead by 4. Inbounded to Mahi. Mahi trying to body up Luke Barrett at the WCC logo in the paint. Quick turn back towards the baseline, up with the left hand, doesn't go, and Luke Barrett right there for the defensive rebound. Barrett's second board of the night. Lewis in transition. Lewis trying to get around Ensminger with the fake. Goes off the glass, didn't get it to fall. Saxon underneath has the offensive rebound. Tried to throw it out to Marshallonis and turned it over right to Tyree Bryan. And now Bryan has it stripped away by Lewis. Lewis in a 3-on-1 lob for Marauskis, in and out of his hands and out of bounds. And St. Mary's is just trying to get too cute with it, and Randy Bennett recognizes that, and Harry Wessels is going to come back onto the floor for the Gaels. He's going to replace Mitchell Saxon. Bennett not happy with the pass by Saxon from underneath, trying to go out to Marshallonis, and St. Mary's 3 turnovers in the last minute and 14 seconds. That's very uncharacteristic. That one is dropped by Mahi. He runs into Brett Smith, one of our officials, but the Broncos recover. It's O'Neal with it for Mahi. Now O'Neal again, top of the arc to his right for Ensminger, trying to stay hot. Way short on the 3. O'Neal the chase down. Got the offensive rebound, tried to lay it in, and was fouled by Marauskis. That'll bring Saxon right back to the scorer's table and likely to take over for Marauskis, guilty of the infraction with 4:07 to go. You get the sense that the way that Santa Clara has shot the ball tonight, St. Mary's should be up by a lot more than they are. But the Broncos have just closed in to a one-possession game. And Saxon replaces Morauskas, and Randy Bennett in front of me was saying, hey, have some leadership, Sax. Don't just be out there, be a leader. And you can tell when things are uneven, as they have been the last couple of minutes, somebody's got to step up and steady the ship. Second free throw good for O'Neal. The first free throws of the night for Santa Clara. 27-25, our score in favor of the Gaels. It's Augustus Marshallonis with it for St. Mary's. He'll just go right down the lane, stripped of the basketball on his drive. It might have been a shot block. It rolled all the way out to Brenton Napper. Stewart Jr. up top for O'Neal, and now Ensminger. Ensminger tries to drive on Saxon, thought better of it, turns around, goes for O'Neal for a contested three. It was well short. Saxon tips the rebound over to a Bronco. It was Ensminger who tried to dive to the baseline to recover it. He could not. It goes out, and we'll step aside for our final media timeout of the first half. Broncos have closed in. St. Mary's a little careless with the basketball, and it's now 27-25 with 3:35 to go in the first half. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball from Learfield.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gaels. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gaels.
27-25, St. Mary's leading it with 3:35 to go in the first half. Brian Brownfield with you. And it's interesting as we approach just a couple of weeks left in the regular season to look at the latest bracketology from Mr. Joe Lunardi of ESPN. He's in the house tonight, as a matter of fact. And Lunardi has St. Mary's as an 8 seed, the automatic qualifier from the West Coast Conference, because that's where the Gaels are atop the WCC standings with a 2.5-game lead. But it's interesting, St. Mary's an 8 seed despite being number 21 in the net rankings, which is the major analytics tool that the selection committee uses to determine teams' seedings on Selection Sunday. The Gaels are 3-2 in Quad 1 games, the same number of Quad 1 wins as St. John's and Texas, and both of those teams have drastically different seedings. St. John's is a 5 seed, and Texas out of the SEC with a 10 seed. And the Gaels have one more Quad 1 win than Gonzaga. The Zags are 2-6 in Quad 1. Gonzaga also an 8 seed in the latest bracket by Joe Lunardi. This would not be a Quad 1 game here tonight for the Gaels. It's a Quad 2 game. St. Mary's with 4 Quad 2 wins this season. And the Gaels have it off the timeout, and Luke Barrett right by Herb Sendek, down low for Harry Wessels. Gaels going with 2 Twin Towers. It's out to Marshallonis. Ross around the arc to Barrett, down low for Saxon. Up with the right hand, rejected from behind by Mahi. Marshallonis trapped in the corner by 2 Broncos, and he alertly calls a timeout with 3:10 to go in the first half and 5 seconds on the shot clock. That's the St. Mary's use it or lose it timeout. Mahi came in with some heat from behind on Mitchell Saxon, who was going up with 2, but you could tell he was trying to play it off the glass and not try and stuff that one home. We've seen the Gaels fouled on a couple of dunk attempts tonight, but St. Mary's had a 2-on-1 and a great close down block by the reigning West Coast Conference Player of the Week, Elijah Mahi, who had 28 points against San Diego on just 9 made shots. He was 9 of 11 from the floor, but made 7 free throws in that game. He averaged 19.5 points per game and 8 rebounds per game last week, and shot at 67% from the floor, 80% from 3. Yeah, he was good. And the Broncos offense has been red hot, 91 points per game over the last 3. Marshallonis gets it into Saxon at the top of the arc. He has to go on the drive up with the right hand and drops it in off the glass. 29-25, and a great driving layup from Mitchell Saxon. Pass tipped by Stewart by Ross. Saxon tries to dive for it and tipped it over to Marshallonis. Great defense and hustle by Mitchell Saxon, who's out there leading, which is exactly what Randy Bennett wanted. Luke Barrett from the left wing lofts it down low for Harry Wessels, and a foul called. It's an offensive foul on Harry Wessels for a bit of a hook. Mahi is slow, hunched over by the Santa Clara bench and walking very gingerly as he's grabbing his neck. That might have been where that big arm of Harry Wessels got him, but Mahi now shows some speed as he races over towards the near side corner. It's Stewart with it to O'Neal from the right wing, and back up top for Stewart. O'Neal give and go, right back to Stewart. Trapped by 2. O'Neal, 3 in front of Mitchell Saxon. He hits another one. Johnny O'Neal with his second three-pointer tonight, and he's leading the Broncos with 12 points. It's a 1-point game, 29-28 in favor of St. Mary's, and this crowd is awfully quiet here in Moraga. It's Jordan Ross with it on the near side of the floor. Saxon comes all the way out for the screen. Ross took it to the left wing 3 for Marshallonis. He drains it. Great response from the reigning WCC Player of the Year. 32-28. Mahi on the drive. Goes right up on Barrett, right side glass, too high. Harry Wessels boxes out for the rebound. Here comes Marshallonis in transition. Cuts right, finds the seam in the Broncos zone. Little nifty footwork, went left, right, and then floated it high up off the glass and got it to fall. 34-28. St. Mary's by 6. Marshallonis trying to pester Tyree Bryan. Almost got him to bobble it. It's Ensminger with it now for the Broncos. Finds Stewart. Screen set by Ensminger. Pick and roll. Stewart takes it himself. It was short on the layup. Wessels contested, but the offensive rebound went to Ensminger, and he finished from the left side. 34-30 with $1:15 left to go in our first half. A great first half between St. Mary's and Santa Clara. Marshallonis with it, taking it by the Santa Clara bench. Pump fakes to his right. Goes to Saxon down low at the low block. Bumping his way on O'Neal, back up top for Barrett. Now back down low for Saxon. Shot clock down to 10. Saxon trying to turn, does so right side. High up off the glass, it deflected out of bounds. Last touched by the Gaels. And with 53-3 left in the first half, it's 34-30. Gaels clinging tight to a 4-point lead. O'Neal inbounds it to Stewart. Remember, it was a close game with the Gaels leading by just 2 at halftime at Levy Center before St. Mary's opened that one up. Stewart tried to go all the way home, and Wessels stuffed him out of the way. Here comes Ross in transition for the Gaels to the Santa Clara bench. Now it's Saxon. Handoff for Luke Barrett at the top. Looks to his right for Marshallonis. Marshallonis spins at the free throw line, top of the key. Rolled his shot in and gets one on top. It was Carlos Stewart Jr. with the foul. It's his second foul of the night. And Marshallonis with a chance for a three-point play. He's got a St. Mary's best 12 points tonight, continuing his recent string of great play. Had 38 points last week, and he's now got a game best 13 with 25.9 seconds to go. And Ashton Hardaway checks onto the floor for Harry Wessels. St. Mary's up by 7. A great round of applause for Wessels, who's been really good here in this first half. And he's played 8 minutes and he's got 4 points, and Santa Clara calls a timeout right after Stewart advances it across the timeline. Harry Wessels is a plus 10 tonight. The only Gael who's been better plus minus is Jordan Ross, who's been plus 11. So Harry Wessels putting in some valuable minutes with Paulus Morauskas. You can tell not quite 100%. And when the Gaels have gone Twin Towers, Mitchell Saxon has been a force down there. He's got 2 of the 3 Gaels blocks tonight. And what does Herb Sendek have with 22 seconds left? He knows how pivotal it is, this final possession, to get it back to a 2-possession game and get a little bit of momentum going into halftime. Momentum was not on their side at the Levy Center, and the Gaels came out and had a 26-0 run to open up the second half. Broncos have already had 1 scoreless drought tonight of 5 minutes, but still 30 points. That's not bad against this St. Mary's defense, holding teams to just 60 a game. Standing still on the SMC logo is Carlos Stewart Jr. as Jordan Ross all the way out there as the game clock rolls. He shuffles his feet to his right. We're down to 8 seconds. He drives, he steps back, top of the arc, fades away for 3. It was short. Rebound kicked off the shin of Ensminger, and it goes out with 2.5 seconds to go. Can the Gaels get it up the floor and fast enough to try a long 3? Broncos, I imagine, will pressure. Inbounded by Hardaway for Marshallonis. Game clock rolls. He heaves one up. It's well off the mark to the left. And that will do it for our first half. St. Mary's able to survive a late push by the Broncos. The Gaels offense ending the half strong, though, making 4 of its last 5 from the floor and taking a 7-point lead into halftime. A 5-point larger lead than they had at the Levy Center a couple of weeks ago. And all things considered, a good first half of basketball for the Gaels. It's time for halftime. And you know what that means, the Visit Walnut Creek halftime show. Presented as always by Visit Walnut Creek, as Walnut Creek looks to brighten your world, connecting you to the best California experiences under the sun. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to learn more today. We'll have halftime for you when we come on back. St. Mary's leading by 7 at the break. This is Gaels basketball from Learfield.
My name's Tony Tornado. I write and star in my own shows and movies. My crew knows that I dream of Hollywood. They also know that I love Mountain Dew. But there's so much more they don't know. Sometimes at night, I look up at the stars and think, I know why Mountain Dew's so crucial to my existence, but does anybody else? See, Dew's the green gold circulating through my veins. It makes Tony Tornado believe that he can do anything. So now you know my secret. But there's so much more you don't know. Do the Dew.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards as the official credit union of St. Mary's College. University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCAA.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Welcome to the Visit Walnut Creek Halftime Show on the Gaels Radio Network. Walnut Creek looks to brighten your world, connecting you to the best California experiences under the sun. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to learn more. A first half recap, stats, and more are all ahead. Now let's go courtside.
Welcome to halftime here in Moraga. It's 37-30 our score. Brian Brownfield here with you, and I'm joined as always at halftime by Steve Kroner. And Steve, it felt like in a lot of regards like that was a good first half for St. Mary's, but it also feels like they could be up by a lot more than 7.
You know, I think the first thing I'd say is I think I would tip my headset to Herb Sendek and his staff. You're without your two best, at least your two leading scorers with Christoph Tilley and Adama Alpha Ball, and you're playing the team that's leading the conference on its floor, and you're down by only 7. That was a pretty good half for Santa Clara being shorthanded.
What we've talked so much all season long about the Broncos is the way that they shoot from 3, and they went cold in the middle of that first half with an 0 of 5 stretch from distance, but they still finished 6 of 15. That's 40%. If you're making 6 threes against this St. Mary's defense, you're doing something right.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to make 6 threes in a game, much less 6 threes in a half against St. Mary's. So that, I'm sure, is an issue for Randy Bennett at halftime. Obviously, particularly when he's playing both Wessels and Mitchell Saxon together, it's hard to get out on some of those three-point shooters. But I'm sure Randy is not particularly thrilled that the Broncos have 6 threes at halftime.
Yeah, 12 points for Johnny O'Neal to lead the Broncos, 8 points for Ensminger. Both of those guys have knocked down a couple of three-pointers each. Now, on the St. Mary's side, I talked with Mickey McConnell before the game, and I mentioned the way that Augustus Marshallonis has kind of taken ownership, and he's relishing the fact that he's the go-to guy in the offense right now. And there's no slowing him down. He's up to 13 points again in the first half. He continues to take what other teams are giving him.
Yeah, it started in the first half at USF on Thursday night, and he is a much more aggressive point guard than he's been maybe his entire career at St. Mary's these past 2.5 games. And most of the time, it's a good thing. I think maybe at USF he might have taken a couple of shots that he or Randy and the staff would like to have back. But other than that, I think it not only obviously helps him and helps the Gaels scoring, but it then makes him more effective as a passer because teams are threatened more by his scoring.
Now, I think you kind of hinted at it when we were talking about the Broncos shooting threes with both Wessels and Saxon on the floor, but how has the limited availability of Paulus Morauskas impacted the Gaels' defense tonight?
Yeah, I think it's some. There's no question about it. And it's weird. So necessity is the mother of invention, right? The Gaels went to Wessels and Saxon in Corvallis, on Saturday night because Morauskas was in foul trouble. And I think Randy Bennett has liked what he's seen. Obviously he has, because, let's be honest, Ashton Hardaway has played less in situations that you'd think he would be in there for Paulus Morauskas. Harry Wessels, since the last minute of the St. Mary's game, of the Gonzaga game, he looks like a different man. He's much more aggressive. He's the Gaels' best foul shooter.
Who would have thought that?
And he has given the Gaels a different look for other teams to have to consider for 5 to 8 minutes a game.
He's 21 of his last 22, all of those coming in conference play at the free throw line.
Is that good?
That's pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. The Visit Walnut Creek halftime show rolls on after this quick break. We'll take a quick look around the West Coast Conference and maybe set our eyes ahead to March in the WCC tournament. All that ahead on the Visit Walnut Creek halftime show. You're listening to Gaels Basketball.
Independently owned for over 25 years, Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one. Offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management, Heffernan is a one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. That's Heffernan Insurance, hefins.com.
Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gaels!
Show your school spirit and earn rewards as the official credit union of St. Mary's College. University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Visit Walnut Creek halftime show rolling on here in Moraga. St. Mary's leading Santa Clara 37-30. I'm joined by Steve Kroner. And Steve, as we look at the West Coast Conference, St. Mary's has a 2-game lead over the field right now. But the biggest game in the league is going to take place on Thursday night when the second and third place teams get together, a pivotal one between San Francisco and Gonzaga.
Yeah, it's obviously more important for San Francisco because San Francisco right now, I think, would be on the wrong side of the bubble. I think the Dons would be in the bubble, but getting the signature win against St. Mary's last week boosted their resume, but I don't think it's there yet. If the Dons can win either game, they still have 2 games left against Gonzaga. If they can win either of those games, that obviously helps their resume immensely. But let's look at it from the Gonzaga side, too. Gonzaga, as good as its net ranking is, it's like 13 or 14, if it goes to third place or even fourth place in the conference, its resume gets a little more dicey, let's put it that way.
Now, we have Joey Brackets in the building here tonight, so why don't you become an amateur bracketologist?
Stevie Brackets?
Stevie Brackets, your new nickname. I'm going to hit you up on Twitter with that one.
Thank you.
Do you see a scenario where the West Coast Conference can get 3 teams in? What has to happen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there's an outside realistic scenario that it gets 4. But I think right now the realistic 3 is St. Mary's and Gonzaga finish the rest of the season fine. Maybe they lose one game, maybe 2 at the most. Santa Clara or USF, teams that are right now bubble teams but probably on the wrong side of the bubble. One of those teams runs the table or does very well, a 5-1 end or a 6-1 end, whatever it is, to get its resume into that good side of the bubble. Then you get 3 teams, and then theoretically, if somebody else were to win the WCC tournament, it's not completely out of the question. The conference could get 4 teams, but I think the realistic hope would be for 3.
Now, of course, we have Steve Kroner here, the author of Kroner's Corners on smcgaels.com. What are you cooking up for us this week?
Ryan, we've got a story on the Lithuanian connection for the Gaels. Obviously, Paulius Morauskas and Augustas Marciulionis, and I'm forgetting his last name, Tubelis, who's an graduate assistant coach, because Saturday night here against Washington State is Lithuanian night. And it's nice to hear from those guys, both talking about their experience here in Moraga and how much the St. Mary's quote-unquote family has made that transition easier for them and how much they're looking forward to Saturday night.
Should be a good one with 2 of the most crucial players to St. Mary's success, not just here in the regular season, but in the postseason and beyond. Steve, thanks as always for joining me.
Brian, always a pleasure.
And I can't wait. We're going to be back on ESPN Plus next week on Wednesday night when the Gaels host Portland.
I think all of the Bay Area, if not all of the West Coast and all of the United States, is waiting for that.
Tune in. It's must-watch TV. Steve, thanks so much. The Visit Walnut Creek halftime show wrapping up second half action when we return to Gaels basketball from Learfield.
Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gaels!
Hey Gaels fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gaels or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
Walnut Creek offers Gaels fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Just about set for the second half inside University Credit Union Pavilion. It's St. Mary's leading at 37-30 over the Santa Clara Broncos. Brian Brownfield back with you here for the second half. And one thing we weren't able to talk about in that halftime show, presented as always by Visit Walnut Creek, the rebounding battle, which Mickey McConnell said St. Mary's needed to be better at. The Gaels are just +3 rebounding, but they're -1 on the offensive glass, 6-5 in favor of Santa Clara. The Broncos had 3 early offensive rebounds in the first couple of possessions, including 2 offensive rebounds the first time they went down the floor. That's an area where St. Mary's is always so good, 11th in the country in offensive rebounds per game and 3rd in offensive rebounding percentage, but tonight it's been Santa Clara on the glass. Points in the paint, though, favoring the Gaels 16-10. Of course, St. Mary's with a good size advantage. Of note for the Gaels here to open up the second half, Paul Smorauskas not in the lineup for the Gaels, and he is standing beside the St. Mary's bench in a warm-up shirt, hopping around and not putting a ton of pressure on his left leg. So Harry Wessels will take the floor for the Gaels, and they're going to go 2 big men. Remember, Morauskas did not play in the second half against Oregon State. So that's something to watch as the Broncos attack from left to right. If you watch it on ESPN2, it's Mahi from the right elbow. Mahi trapped, fires it down low on a bounce pass for Tung, who went up and was fouled by Luke Barrett underneath the basket. Bill Vinovich comes over, calls the foul, and that will be early free throws for Santa Clara to begin the second half. Broncos were 2 of 2 from the stripe in that first half. Both free throws coming from Johnny O'Neal, who has a Broncos best 12 points in the first half. Tung misses the first, so this place is going to get loud because they could get free fourth bore if he misses this shot. And no free pizza for the fans as Tung knocks it down. Cameron Tung, a 71% foul shooter this year. 37-31, Broncos get 1 on that trip down. 19:40 to go in the second half. Gaels' first possession. It's Luke Barrett with it. Barrett from the right elbow on the drive along the paint, and an offensive foul on the Gaels. It's Harry Wessels who picks up the foul. So 2 very quick fouls against the Gaels, and Wessels picks up the foul, which notable because that's his 3rd. So if you're already thin at the 4 position and you're rolling Wessels as one of your big men, that's going to put the Gaels in some interesting foul trouble here as we progress in the second half. It's O'Neal with it. Saxon guarding him all the way out at the top. O'Neal cuts right around the screen set by Tongue. Hands it off to Stewart. Stewart has Ross in front. Pumps and fires to the near side for Bryan. Bryan defended by Marshallonis. Hands off O'Neal. Now Tongue up top. Wessels was defending the three. Knocked it down right in front of him. 7 made triples tonight, 37-34. And again, perimeter defense an issue for the Gaels when they have two big guys playing down low. They're going to have to come up and defend, especially when the Broncos have a ton of shooters. Wessels down low off the feed from Marshallonis. Finds Saxon cutting in, kicks it out. Barrett, bench side three. He drains it. Luke Barrett with his first made triple tonight. It's the 4th of the evening for St. Mary's. Nice response for the Gaels. It's 39-34. Barrett with 7 points tonight. Stewart with it across the timeline. From the right elbow. Tried to drive. Now it's O'Neal on the handoff. Around the screen, Stewart trying to work his way around. Wessels, who said no! Blocked it with the right hand. His 3rd block tonight. In transition, St. Mary's Marshallonis. Marshallonis slows it down for the Gaels. And now Ross walking it over towards the St. Mary's bench with Mahi in front. They're giving a lot of space to whoever handles the ball. Marshallonis hauls in the errant pass near the SMC logo. High screen set by Wessels. Takes it to the left baseline drive. Turns around, diagonal kick out for Saxon. His feet on the line. Thought about the long shot attempt. Down to 5 and down to Wessels. Up with the right hand. Wessels got it off the glass and counts one on top. First time tonight we've gotten to hear an Ozzy, 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 oi, 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 as all 4 prior points for Wessels in the first half came at the stripe. But he's up to 6 and at the free throw line with an and one. The energy that he has brought has been incredible, as Steve Kroner said, since the end of that Gonzaga game in the final 4:22 when he replaced Mitchell Saxon after he got into foul trouble. He makes his and one. It's 42-34. Tongue on the pick and roll got right by Wessels, who actually deflected the shot, and then it still tinkered its way down off the rim and in. 42-36, 17:30 to go here in regulation. Marshallonis at the top of the arc for Jordan Ross, right wing, bounce pass down low, Wessels. Wessels with Tongue guarding, takes it left, and a blocking foul is called. Wessels had just gone up with the left hand and finished, but a foul, I believe, prior to the shot on Tongue. And for Tongue, that is foul number 3. No, make that foul number 4. The stats originally showed 3. They switched to 4. Now Buki Aboye comes back into the game to replace Tongue. And again, all kinds of foul trouble for Santa Clara, minus Christoph Tilley, their second leading scorer tonight. Tongue has 4 fouls, and Aboye has 3. Off the inbounds, it was a feed from Marshallonis to a cutting Luke Barrett, finished off the right side of the glass. It's 44-36 Gaels. Johnny O'Neal on the drive to the baseline. Trapped by Wessels, lost a handle of the basketball, and out on the baseline. Harry Wessels is playing some really good defense for the Gaels right now in a 44-36 game. And Harry Wessels is plus 11 tonight, the second best plus-minus for the Gaels. And Wessels was trying to drive and jam, but a whistle and another foul, and they got Aboye. And now that's his 4th foul. So 2 Broncos with 4 fouls and 17 minutes left to play in the game, as Harry Wessels goes back to the free throw line. Incredible. So we might see a lot of Jake Ensminger, who was really good in the first half for the Broncos, 8 points off the bench, as Wessels knocks down the first free throw. Ensminger comes on for Buki Aboye. Ensminger from Germany, WCC All-Freshman team member last season. As Paulus Morauskas, now a late addition to the table, shreds the warm-up jersey, but he'll come on for Wessels after the second free throw attempt. Wessels makes it again, and Harry Wessels is 7 of 7 from the free throw line tonight, and the crowd's loving it in Moraga. Gaels with a 10-point lead, their largest of the night. Morauskas on the floor to defend Ensminger. On the floor as well, Brenton Napper. Off to the right, it's Mahi. Mahi on the diagonal drive, right around Saxon, and threw it down with the right hand. Oh my goodness. Taking the air out of the crowd here in Moraga and making it an 8-point game. The reigning West Coast Conference Player of the Week with a highlight. It's Jordan Ross on the drive, right side of the paint, and now he's holding his left elbow. That's not good. It's a Broncos foul on Carlos Stewart Jr. Now Ross is paying attention to his left shoulder, and you could tell that's right where the contact was. Ross is going to take a little extra time as he goes to the line. Remember, he is a lefty, so that's gotta hurt. As he bent down at the top of the key and still trying to squeeze his left hand, get some more feeling and some blood down to his fingers so he can have a confident shooting stroke here from the line with the Gaels leading by 8. First one from Ross is short, and he grimaces afterwards. Gaels had only missed 2 free throws tonight prior to that, but a lot of that coming from Wessels, who's 7 of 7 from the free throw line. 16:28 to go. Second one for Ross is good. Still paying attention to his left shoulder. And the Broncos will send someone to the bench, excuse me. It's going to be Carlos Stewart Jr. Napper on for the Broncos, 47-38, our score. Gaels leading by 9. It's Tyree Bryan. Handoff O'Neal, right back to Bryan. Bryan fights off contact, finds Napper, and right back to Bryan at the top of the arc. Looks left to Johnny O'Neal. Saxon's all the way out there defending. O'Neal trying to shuffle his feet to his right. Now he hesitates, drives to the paint. Mid-range shot bounces off the back of the rim, and the rebound tapped by Saxon over to Marshallonis. Saxon handoff Barrett, near side of the floor. Diagonal drive to the left elbow. Now he retreats. Lofts one down low for Saxon. At the mid-block and up top and around the arc now Barrett. Bench side 3. Luke Barrett, it rattled out. Oh, he was getting ready to celebrate. And then Marshallonis taps that one to Tyree Bryan. And it ricocheted hard off his knee and into the Gaels student section right behind the broadcast table. Sends us to a timeout on the floor. 15:40 to go in the second half, and a good start to the half for St. Mary's. They're leading it by 9, 47-38. You're listening to Gaels basketball from Learfield.
Independently owned for over 25 years, Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one. Offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management, Heffernan is a one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. That's Heffernan Insurance, hefins.com.
Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gaels!
Been a bit better from an efficiency standpoint the last game and a half for St. Mary's. And they're leading at 47-38 over the Broncos with 15:40 to go. Against Oregon State in a good bounce-back win for SMC, the Gaels shot 53% from the floor. That after going 3 games in which they hadn't shot more than 43% from the floor. So 53% in that one. And the numbers tonight, they're over 50% overall from the field. And 3 of 4 here early in the second half. Santa Clara on the flip side, they're 3 of 5 in the second half, continuing to take and make a lot of threes, 7 of 16 from beyond the arc. They are 19th in the country in made three-pointers per game at 10.3. And in West Coast Conference play, the Broncos are averaging 11 made three-pointers per game. which would be one of the best marks in the history of the conference, and it would set a Santa Clara program record for most three-pointers made per game in a season. Broncos are 3 wins away from 20, and they're 1 WCC win away from 10, which would be the 4th year in a row they've done that. That'd be the first time in program history they've done so. The Broncos just continue to churn out solid seasons. Saxon on the drive and blocked from behind by O'Neal. Tyree Bryan in transition, and I think they got a St. Mary's foul. It was Augustus Marshallonis. The 3rd St. Mary's foul, the first on Marshallonis. And they got him before the shot, too, which certainly is a good thing because Bryan was about to make it a 7-point game. Quickly in transition. That was a great come-from-behind block by O'Neal as he chased down Saxon, who found a crease in the defense. Mahi with it, fighting off Morauskas, bouncing it down low for Emsinger. Now back to Mahi, and Mahi wants Emsinger again. Fake the cut. Hands off Mahi, right by the Santa Clara bench, hurls one to Emsinger. It's been a 2-man game here on the far side of the floor. Now it's Bryan with it, shot clock to 7. Up top, Emsinger, trying to drive on Morauskas, turns around the left elbow, bounces one down low. How did it get to O'Neal? And he beats the shot clock off the glass right side. All I saw was Mitchell Saxon defending O'Neal, and somehow the pass got through him and into O'Neal, who continues to score. He's up to 14 points. It's his first of the second half. Now it's Saxon with it down low in a 7-point Gaels lead. He's double teamed out to Marshallonis. Marshallonis dribble drive up top, wide open. Jordan Ross for 3. Misses off to the left. Emsinger falling backwards, but able to get the rebound. O'Neal pushing the pace for Santa Clara. Racing right around Mitchell Saxon. Too much juice, but Tyree Bryan tips it in. And it's a 5-point game, 47-42, as Harry Wessels is making his way back to the scorer's table. A Harry Wessels kind of night here in Moraga. And the Broncos trying to pressure the ball handler with 2. Ross was able to get it to Marshallonis and break that press. Now into the far side corner for Luke Barrett, right by the St. Mary's bench. Still with it, shot clock is down to 10. Less than 14 to play in the game. Marshallonis, high screen set by Saxon, still off to his left. Diagonal pass up top, Barrett. Corner, Morauskas, 3 by the bench, short. Rebound poked over towards Mahi off the rim. Santa Clara's been playing with good pace. Napper out to Emsinger, right back to Napper, and now Mahi. Mahi with Ross defending, fakes down low, tries to drive on Ross, back turned as he enters the low block, just outside the paint, got around Ross, shot maybe altered by Saxon. Ross comes away with the loose ball. He gets across the timeline quickly and finds Marshallonis. St. Mary slows it down. Now Marshallonis says, I'm going up with the left hand, underhand style, and got it with a roll. 49-42, St. Mary's back up by 7. Emsinger with Morauskas, cuts to his right, finds Tyree Bryan. Bryan now retreating with Morauskas on that switch, and Morauskas fouled him before he got to the rim. Second foul on Morauskas, who has just 1 point tonight. It came from the free throw line, and Harry Wessels checks on in the place of Paulus Morauskas, who is breathing awfully heavy as he comes back off the floor. 13:05 to go in a 7-point St. Mary's lead. Fouls even at 4 apiece here in the second half. Broncos with 2 with 4. Oboye and Tung both on the bench right now. Napper looking to inbound, does so to Bryan, far side of the floor in the corner. Emsinger with it, top of the arc, goes around now to O'Neal, back to Emsinger at the top. He's trying to drive on Wessels. Great vision for Stewart, who lays in another one. 12 assists tonight for the Broncos on now 17 made shots. And it's a 5-point game, 49-45. Harry Wessels with it. Wessels trying to body up Emsinger and goes to Ross. Ross fakes the around the arc pass to his right. Has a screen set by Saxon. Now goes to his right for Barrett. Barrett cuts and finds Saxon. Saxon double teamed. Fires it up top, Barrett. Open man near side corner is Ross for 3. Takes a bounce short off the glass, and then the rebound hauled in by Bryan. Stewart in transition with Barrett guarding into the corner, faking the 3, Napper. Now Bryan on the drive around Harry Wessels, but Wessels retreats and holds his position. O'Neal now back up top. Stewart Takes the screen to his right. The Gaels defend it well, and then leaky defense. O'Neal was open under the glass, and his shot did a 360 around the rim and came out. Marshallonis across the floor for St. Mary's as the Gaels dodge a bullet. 11:50 to go. Lobbing one down the floor for Wessels. Up with the left hand and in. A helper for Saxon. Harry Wessels is having himself a night here in Moraga. He's up to 11 points. Napper with it, down by 7 are the Broncos. 11.5 to play in regulation. Napper to his right. Ross stumbling. Bouncing it back up top for O'Neal, fakes the 3, shimmies to his right for Stewart. Stewart still with it, takes the screen left, just desperately fires a 3 and got it to fall. Carlos Stewart Jr. with his first made 3 of the night. 8th for the Broncos, 51-47. Santa Clara will not go away in this one. Across the timeline for Ross. Ross slows it down as he goes horizontally across the floor and near side by the fans in the VIP section. Saxon back down low for Wessels. Wessels trying to attack and goes up top. Marshallonis pestered by Stewart, lost a dribble, recovers. Shot clock to 5. Marshallonis whips it to the corner, tipped for Ross. Ross lofts it up with the left hand. A mid-range floater from the WCC logo. I didn't think he knew how much time was on the clock, but he got it to fall. 53-47 our score, 10.5 to play. It's been a long time without a whistle. Napper gassed on the floor, stops, hits the gas, near side corner, Emsminger for 3, got another one. Santa Clara has made it a 3-point game. They've made 9 3-pointers tonight. It was a point of emphasis, but Santa Clara just continues to knock down threes. Jordan Ross breaks the timeline. Marshallonis wants to drive, hesitates, now has his back turned and goes out beyond the arc. Fakes a 3, looks left, looks right, and lofts it down low for Wessels. Wessels goes up, got it to fall. Did they count the basket? I don't think they did. No, they did not. It's a foul on Tyree Bryan. No, it's a foul on Harry Wessels, an offensive foul against the Gaels big man. That's his 4th foul, and there's 10 minutes to play, and we finally reach a stoppage. It's a good one here tonight in Moraga, 53-50, St. Mary's leading Santa Clara. When we come back, you're listening to Gaels basketball from Learfield.
Hey Gaels fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gaels or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
My name's Tony Tornado. I write and star in my own shows and movies. My crew knows that I dream of Hollywood. They also know that I love Mountain Dew. But there's so much more they don't know. Sometimes at night, I look up at the stars and think, I know why Mountain Dew's so crucial to my existence, but does anybody else? See, Dew's the green gold circulating through my veins. It makes Tony Tornado believe that he can do anything. So now you know my secret. But there's so much more you don't know.
Do the Dew.
Time now for our Visit Walnut Creek out-of-town scoreboard. Just one other game going on tonight in the West Coast Conference. It's gone final. LMU defeating Pepperdine 69-60. Didn't look so comfy early in the game for the Lions. They were down by 9 points at halftime to the Waves, but used a big second half, 41-23. To outscore the Waves and down them. The Lions don't look now, 7-6 in WCC play, 15-10 overall. Big game tonight from Will Johnston, had 20 and 14 apiece from Javon Porter and Caleb Stone Carawell. On the other side, it was Stefan Todorovic who had 17 to lead the way for Pepperdine. The Waves falling to 3-9 in WCC play. No games tomorrow in the West Coast Conference. And then 4 games on Thursday. The headliner at 8 p.m. on ESPN. San Francisco up at the McCarthy Athletic Center and the Kennel to take on Gonzaga for second place in the West Coast Conference. That was your Visit Walnut Creek out-of-town scoreboard. Walnut Creek looks to brighten your world, connecting you to the best California experiences under the sun. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to learn more. It has been a great one tonight. Santa Clara hanging in there with St. Mary's. Exactly 10 minutes to go in the second half. St. Mary's 53 and Santa Clara 50. The Broncos, a perfect 3 for 3 from three-point land here in the second half. They are 9 of 18 from distance in the ballgame. And the Broncos with a chance to tie the game with this possession. They have it moving from left to right. It's Stewart with it, defended by Marshallonis at the top. Hardaway on the floor for St. Mary's. Stewart calls his own number, blocked by Saxon. St. Mary's foul. Resetting the floor for St. Mary's, it's Lewis and Marshallonis with Barrett and Hardaway and Saxon, the man who picks up the foul. It's the second foul on Saxon. They had to get Wessels out because Wessels picked up his fourth foul prior to the timeout. Carlos Stewart Jr. is at the line, and his first free throw is good. Stewart Jr., the LSU transfer, who went to the Tigers after spending his first 60 career starts as a member of these Broncos, but then came all the way back. Hits both free throws, makes it a one-point game, 53-52, 9:40 to go here in the second half. Marshallonis got it across the timeline, high screen set by Hardaway, doesn't decide to take it. Saxon set one, didn't take that one either. Out to the left wing for Luke Barrett. Barrett top of the key, over his shoulder, pass to the baseline for Hardaway, bounced one down low, looking for Saxon. It was turned over. O'Neal, loose ball, rolling on the floor, gets it off his backside, over to Brenton Napper. And now the Broncos can take a second half lead. It's Napper for Emsminger. Emsminger trying to drive on Saxon, thought better of it, turned it back up top for Stewart Jr. Fights off a lot of contact from Marshallonis, who's now bent over at the waist. Up top, Stewart for three, contact on the way from Saxon. The ball goes out on the baseline. It will go to St. Mary's with 8:59 to go here in the second. And the Gaels clinging tight to a one-point game. Randy Bennett giving Bill Vinovich a piece of his mind. He's not happy with the lack of calls right now against Santa Clara. Just 4 fouls for the Broncos here in the second half, 6 for St. Mary's. Marshallonis got it across the timeline to Barrett, then right back to Marshallonis. And he'll run the offense for the Gaels to Hardaway. Quick give and go right back to Marshallonis. High screen set by Saxon. Looking for the pick and roll. Lewis now right wing. Lewis defended by Bryan and finds Luke Barrett. Barrett trying to drive. Handoff Lewis. Lewis down to 4 to shoot. Fades away from the St. Mary's bench. He drains it! And then Mikey Lewis was pushed down afterwards. They didn't call a foul. 56-52, second made three of the night for the freshman. Spinning on the drive is O'Neal, and another St. Mary's foul in the paint. They get Ashton Hardaway for the foul. It's his first of the night. Mikey Lewis fading away. That's the same spot he hit that three against Gonzaga 10 nights ago here inside University Credit Union Pavilion. A big one. And at that point in the game, it was a one-point game. And as a matter of fact, it was 53-52, and the three made it 56-52. That's where we are now with 8:21 to go. Some confusion about substitutions, who's coming in, who's not, and when they're allowed to with O'Neal off the line. Wessels is going to check on for Hardaway here in a moment as O'Neal makes the first free throw. It's the 7th time in West Coast Conference play that O'Neal has gone into double figures. 15 points tonight. The Patriot League Rookie of the Year a couple of seasons ago. And one of the better defenders in the Patriot League as well back when he was with American University. Hits both free throws, 56-54. Wessels on the floor with a 2-point lead for St. Mary's. 8:16 to go. Marshallonis for Barrett. Barrett back to the logo for Marshallonis. He slows it down. Screen set by Saxon. Marshallonis takes it towards Coach Bennett. Now drives diagonally. Pushes one up. High floater by Marshallonis. And it was as pure as ever going down the 10. 58-54. St. Mary's by 4. Emsminger fakes out Harry Wessels, who tried to come back and get a right hand down, but the shot taps in after a couple of bounces off the rim. Emsminger just pushed that one up, and now he's into double digits. He's got 11 points tonight. 58-56. St. Mary's still by 2, 7:35 to go. Marshallonis at the top of the arc, looking right for Lewis. Lewis whips it down low for Wessels. Wessels tried to jam it with the right hand. It came out. Saxon taps the rebound to the St. Mary's bench, and it goes out with the Broncos in possession with 7:26 to go in the second half. The Broncos continue to fight. St. Mary's, though, continuing to lead as they have throughout the second half. 58-56 our score as we head to a timeout. Good one in Moraga, coming down to the wire. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball from Learfield.
Walnut Creek offers Gaels fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
Well, Mickey McConnell alluded to it in the pregame show. That second matchup between St. Mary's and Santa Clara always tends to be a good one. It has been tonight. 58-56, St. Mary's leading it, 7:26 to go in regulation. Brian Brownfield with you. A quick check of the leaders. O'Neill has 16 points on 5 of 10 shooting the basketball. 13 for Ensminger. 5 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 5 from distance. Augustus Marshallonis has been efficient tonight. 7 of 10 from the floor, 17 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Harry Wessels, though, next up for St. Mary's in terms of points. He's got 11 tonight, 7 made free throws, but the big thing there for Wessels, 4 turnovers and 4 fouls. St. Mary's leading the rebounding battle by 3, trailing on the offensive glass by 1, and the Gaels have turned it over 9 times tonight, just 8 for Santa Clara. And the Broncos with 15 assists on 20 made baskets. Their ball movement has just been pristine tonight. And over the last 3 games, Santa Clara has had at least 21 assists in all 3 games. They average just shy of 17 assists per game, which is second in the WCC, trailing only Gonzaga. Of course, Ryan Nebhart leading the world in assists as he's averaging nearly 10 helpers per game. St. Mary's on the floor, Marshallonis and Lewis with Barrett, Saxon, and Wessels. Santa Clara with possession. Ensminger will inbound to Stewart. Also on the floor, Mahi, O'Neill, and Bryan. Possession underway for the Broncos as Stewart advances it across the stripe. As Marshallonis guarding in front, cuts left around the screen all the way through. Wessels took it right out of his hand. He was going up for a right-hand jam, and Harry Wessels with his 4th block tonight. One of the best games in Harry Wessels' career despite those 4 turnovers. It's Saxon at the top of the arc, hands off Mikey Lewis. Has space, top of the arc, thought about the 3, down low Saxon, back for Wessels, up from the right side. It spun off the back of the rim, but Harry Wessels will go back to the free throw line after Jake Ensminger picks up the foul. It's the first foul tonight on Ensminger, 5th on Santa Clara, and Harry Wessels, who's been excellent from the stripe tonight, will shoot 2 more with 6:55 to play in regulation. First one rolls out. That's just his 2nd miss in West Coast Conference play from the stripe. I mentioned to Mickey McConnell after the Gonzaga game, I said probably the best 422 Harry Wessels has ever played in his career. His career high is 20. He's short on the second free throw as well. So he's stuck on 11, and the Gaels stuck on a 2-point lead with 6:50 to go. It's Mahi with it, defended by Barrett. Up top for O'Neal, and right back to Mahi. Mahi trying to hurl one down low, doesn't like what he sees, and instead finds O'Neal with it. Stewart, far side of the floor by the Santa Clara bench. It's Bryan. Back on the handoff from O'Neal. He goes for a three, rattles out, and then off the glass, and Marciulionis pestered for a moment, but has the rebound for the Gaels, his third of the night. Across the timeline, Marciulionis, double teamed, looks left, finds Barrett. Mahi giving him plenty of space. Barrett doesn't like what he sees, gets it to Harry Wessels in the near side corner. Wessels trying to advance up the baseline, lost the basketball, 5th turnover of the night for Wessels. And a bad couple of minutes for him as Mahi goes down the floor, right through the midst of Emsminger, but Bryan recovers at the top of the arc for the Broncos. Possession still on go for Santa Clara. O'Neal with it, looking to his right, slings it for Mahi. Mahi pestered over there defensively by Mikey Lewis. And now looking for O'Neal, who's going for three and the lead, and it was a back iron miss, but an offensive rebound for Bryan. They're now +2 on the offensive glass. Stewart with it. Broncos still trying to tie or take the lead. Stewart down low for O'Neal, and he ties the game off the glass on the right side. 58 all with 5.5 to play in regulation. Santa Clara trying to become the first team not named Gonzaga to win in conference play in this building in 4 years. It's Marciulionis to the near side corner for Luke Barrett for three. Got it! When the Gaels have needed a big shot tonight, they've turned to Luke Barrett. Knocks down the triple. He's got 11 points and a 61-58 Gaels lead. Stewart for an answer from the top, way off to the left and short underneath the backboard. And the Gaels fans will let him hear it with 5:01 to play. Big shot by Luke Barrett. And now can St. Mary's build on it, go on a little bit of a run. They've made 5 of their last 6 shots from the floor. Barrett from the left wing up top, Marciulionis. Marciulionis around the screen set by Wessels, stripped of the basketball, goes out of bounds right in front of us at the scorer's table. It will stay with SMC. Santa Clara makes a sub, Emsminger is off, and Cameron Tung comes on. Significant because Tung has 4 fouls. He also has 11 points. 1 of 3 in double figures tonight for Santa Clara. Marciulionis with it, looking left. Walking it that way, screen set by Wessels, takes it left, and another Santa Clara foul. This one on Tyree Bryan, who picks up his first foul. And it's the 6th foul against Santa Clara, so free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Into Marciulionis on the St. Mary's logo. And screen set on either side, he waits, takes the one by Wessels on his right. Marciulionis for Barrett, fakes a 3, on the drive through the paint. Nifty ball handling by Luke Barrett underneath. Went up, went down, and then all the way around town with the right hand. 63-58, Gaels up by 5. Mahi, Tung, handoff Mahi. Mahi trying to drive, penetrate, turn around, right elbow, heels, and a whistle, and another St. Mary's foul off the ball. They've had too many of those here in this half. It's Luke Barrett who picks up his 3rd with 4:10 to go. 8th St. Mary's foul, and so a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Santa Clara. Now you can live with the fouls that are on whoever's got the basketball because, you know, St. Mary's plays physically defensively. But these fouls off the ball have been hurting the Gaels tonight. Cameron Tung at the line. His first, hops out, and Harry Wessels has the rebound. Big break again for St. Mary's. It's just the 2nd missed free throw of the night for the Broncos, and both have come from Cameron Tung. Marciulionis, high screen set by Wessels, pick and roll. The pass was kicked. It went off the foot of O'Neal, an inadvertent kickball, and that'll send us to a timeout with 3:57 to play in regulation. It's coming down to the wire in Moraga. St. Mary's 63, Santa Clara 58. Don't go anywhere. We got the conclusion coming up next. You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball from Learfield.
Walnut Creek offers Gaels fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
Fans starting to make a little bit of noise here inside University Credit Union Pavilion as this one coming down to the wire. St. Mary's leading it 63-58 over the Broncos. What's at stake here tonight? Well, St. Mary's is trying to push its lead in the WCC to 2.5 games over San Francisco and 3 games over Gonzaga, which they would do with a win. Santa Clara with a win would get its 10th WCC win of the season and for the moment temporarily leapfrog Gonzaga for 3rd place in the West Coast Conference. San Francisco and Gonzaga will play in the Kennel on Thursday night on ESPN. But a big game for the top 4 of the West Coast Conference. And Randy Bennett's squad in the midst of what he said the most difficult stretch I've ever had coaching a basketball team. He said he's never had an 8-game run like the last 8 games for St. Mary's. 6 of them on the road and all against top teams in the WCC. The Gaels are 7-1 during that run. Inbounded to Wessels from Marshallonis, handed off right back to Marshallonis, and he couldn't handle it. It's another St. Mary's turnover. The Gaels have turned it over 11 times tonight, and Harry Wessels has 6 of them. Stewart Jr. with it for Ensminger. Mahi top of the arc. Mahi trying to drive on Wessels, finds Ensminger down low, fakes out a pair, and a shot ruled out! He gets his own rebound, though, kicks it all the way out now into the corner. Ensminger stepped out of bounds! No, he traveled. He traveled, said Brett Smith. Randy Bennett walked right in front of me when he did that. I couldn't see the corner. I thought that Ensminger had stepped out over there. He was deep in the corner, but he traveled. It's the 9th turnover of the night for Santa Clara, and St. Mary's, again, an empty possession on their side, but they keep Santa Clara off the board. Marshallonis with it, top of the arc, had a lot of space. Now it's Mikey Lewis who's knocked down a couple of big 3-pointers tonight. Lewis retreating near the logo, calls his own number, got it! This kid is electric, 66-58, Gaels leading it by 8. It's Bryan working his way on Lewis, now out to Stewart, deep left wing 3, rattled out, loose ball, Saxon there for the rebound, his 8th tonight to go along with 8 points. St. Mary's on an 8-0 run. Not the time for the Broncos to get cold offensively. They've made just 1 of their last 7 from the floor. Marshallonis still by the timeline, though across, and now he's fouled as he got near the top of the arc. Let's see who it's on. It's on Elijah Mahi. Second foul on the reigning West Coast Conference Player of the Week. It'll send Marshallonis to the stripe. Leading the way with 17 points for St. Mary's tonight, but he has been struggling as of late from the free throw line. First one is good. The percentage all the way down to 77% for Marshallonis from the stripe. He was one of the top 10 free throw shooters in St. Mary's history entering the season. Well north of 80%, short on his second, and it's a 9-point game, 67-58. Top of the arc, O'Neal cutting around Saxon, handoff Mahi. Mahi trying to get into the paint, can't do so. O'Neal tries to penetrate, stripped of the basketball by Saxon. He comes away with it. He was on his backside, but got it out to Luke Barrett. And the Gaels fans certainly appreciating the heart and hustle from their fifth-year center. 2:12 to go, and Randy Bennett calls a timeout. And the Gaels starting to pull away with 2:12 to go. That'll send us to a timeout on the floor. Gaels leading it by 9 when we come back. You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball from Learfield.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards as the official credit union of St. Mary's College. University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gaels. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gaels.
Don't forget to stay with us tonight after the game for our Diablo Valley Insurance post-game show, where we'll have our Diablo Valley Insurance Agency Player of the Game. Presented as always by Diablo Valley Insurance Agency, a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek that is owned and run by Gaels. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. St. Mary's saw their lead completely evaporate, 58 all, and in the last 3 minutes and 7 seconds, they've responded on a 9-0 run. The Broncos just one of their last 7 from the floor and scoreless over their last 3.5 minutes. It's the second drought tonight for the Broncos of at least 3.5. They had a 5-minute drought in the first half. They went ice cold, couldn't knock down a 3. And it's kind of been the same thing here. They've missed their last 5 shots from beyond the arc, 9 of 23 on the night. Gaels fans are certainly into it. But do the Broncos have one final surge left in them? They do have all 3 of their timeouts. Does Herb Sendek. Sendek, 570 career wins, but has struggled recently in this rivalry. Gaels have won 7 in a row against Santa Clara. Last time the Broncos won in this building was 2021, 4 years ago. And Luke Barrett's going to call another timeout. So the Gaels will be left with just one timeout. After that timeout called by Barrett, it's a 30-second timeout. And Randy Bennett looked a little bit confused, almost like, what was going on? Why do we have to call one there? It's a miscommunication between Barrett and Marshallonis on the inbound. And Barrett didn't like what he saw, so he says, I'm going to call timeout, do the smart thing here. So, again, just one timeout for St. Mary's, still 3 left for the Broncos. Both teams in the bonus. 2 more St. Mary's fouls will put Santa Clara in the double. Barrett trying to inbound and does way into the backcourt by the key for Augustus Marshallonis. And the game clock rolls and the Randy Bennett stall is on. Marshallonis looking to his left, now looking down low, finds Saxon, shot clock to 5, lob down low for Wessels. Wessels turns around up with the right hand, tapers off the rim, and a rebound defensively by Stewart. $1:50 to go, 9-point game, Stewart driving. Wessels was right there, but got it off the center of the backboard, and a quick timeout by Herb Sendek. 67-60, Our score with 1:46 left to play. As we've seen all season long, the number for St. Mary's to get to is 70. The Gaels have not lost a game this season when they score 70 points. They have 67 here tonight. And when they get to 70 or more, St. Mary's is 18-0. But just 3-4 when they don't get up to that point. So off the quick timeout by Herb Sendek. Again, 1:46 left to go, and St. Mary's leading by 7. Marshallonis and Lewis both on the floor. Been a lot of them here together as of late. Barrett will inbound. Wessels and Saxon also out there for SMC. It's Marshallonis. He's got 2 defenders on him. Looking, slings it into the corner for Harry Wessels. Wessels up the baseline. He dribbled it off his knee and out of bounds. And as good as Wessels has been here tonight, I hate to keep harping on it, but that's now 7 turnovers for Harry Wessels, and the Gaels have turned it over 12 times as a team. Stewart with it. Gaels fans trying to make some noise, and Will on its defense. Stewart looking right. Has Marshallonis there. Screen set by O'Neal, takes it left. Looks right. Pass stirred by Marshallonis, finds Mahi. Mahi shoves one to Emsminger. Back to Mahi. Mahi trying to advance on Wessels. Got right underneath the block. Laid it in. And now it's 67-62 with 73 seconds to go and another timeout called by Herb Sendek. So both teams now have just 1 timeout remaining in what is a 5-point game. Well, as we've seen, if you want to have a chance against St. Mary's, I've said this before and I will say it again, get them into these late game situations where it's close and foul them. I mean, if I'm Herb Sendek, and I know the Gaels are 13 of 19 from the line tonight, which is 68%, that's not great, that's right at their season average, but I would just start fouling. I'm serious. I mean, you want to take your chances on empty possession, sure, but if you start fouling now, you're starting to find some holes in the Gaels' defense. You could start chipping away at this thing. You have enough time to get back level. Inbounded, pressure in the backcourt, Marshallonis. It's now Ross with it, who checked in. Gaels going 3 guards. Lewis to Marshallonis. They're trying to pressure and get a turnover, but 60 seconds left in the game. Marshallonis on the St. Mary's logo. He's in no hurry, but the Gaels need a bucket on this possession. Marshallonis, high screen set by Saxon. He drives, Euro steps, and lays it in from the left side. That's the reigning WCC Player of the Year, getting to 20 points. 69-62. Here comes Stewart on the drive. Over his shoulder for Emsminger to the baseline. Turned it over. Lewis, and now it's Barrett with it. 33 seconds left to go. Herb Sendek saying we got a foul, and they finally foul Marshallonis in the backcourt with 30.1 seconds to go. It's the 6th time Marshallonis has gotten to 20 points in a game this season. And St. Mary's will go to the line with a 7-point advantage. And Marshallonis again leading the way, as he did against USF in the first half, as he did against Oregon State on Saturday night. First one is up and good. When things get rocky, you turn to your veterans. Saxon has played well in the second half. And Augustus Marshallonis with some MVP chance coming from the stands, knocks down a second. It's a 9-point Gaels lead. It's Emsminger into the corner. Wide open is Mahi, and it's a back iron miss on the 3. Barrett has the rebound, and a Broncos foul with 19 and a half seconds to go. And the Gaels fans can feel it. Up by 9, Mitchell Saxon calling for the fans to keep making noise. It'll be Luke Barrett going to the line after the foul on Tyree Bryan, his second tonight. Barrett Stewart will shoot 1 and 1. He's a 70% free throw shooter. And the first one bounces out. O'Neal has the rebound. Broncos still down by 9. O'Neal advancing. And Marshallonis picks it off in the backcourt. He's fouled on the drive. Oh, they didn't call a foul. Are you kidding me? There's 9 seconds left, and now he's fouled by Stewart. I cannot believe they did not call a foul on Marshallonis, who was going up to lay it in. That's just a missed call by our crew with 8.1 seconds to go. Again, it's all elementary at this point. St. Mary's is going to win the game, but that was absolutely a foul. And Marshallonis will go to the free throw line. He has 2 this time. In a 9-point game, first one is up and good. Significant to some as Marshallonis hits the second, and Joshua Dent and Cade Bennett will check onto the floor for the final 8.1. Inbounded, Mahi gets it across. Gaels with a quick double team. Mahi up the baseline. It was short, and a whistle and a foul with 2.2 seconds to go. So they call that one, but they missed the open one on the other side of the floor. And Mahi will go to the free throw line. Fourth foul on Barrett. Again, all elementary at this point, as Mahi makes the first and could put this one right back in the favor of some. He does. 9-point game, inbounded, game over. Win number 22 for St. Mary's, and win number 12 in the West Coast Conference as St. Mary's takes down the Broncos 73-64, and continuing its dominance here inside this building against the West Coast Conference. And a great win for St. Mary's. Regardless of how it looked at times, the bottom line is you got to win against a team that